Hello everyone, welcome back to our live stream. And today we are officially starting our preparation for December 2026. And we are going to start with an MCQ on Shakespeare. And just like what the thumbnail says, it's a miscellaneous MCQs, and we are going to look at Shakespeare's biography, some of his plays, namely Julius Caesar, Tempest, Twelfth Night, Merchant of Venice, some in-depth question from all these plays, and that is what we'll be discussing today. So, an overall questions are 60 in number, and you can give me your answers. You can share your opinions in the comment section as you join. So, since we are dealing with 60 questions, I'm going to start right away. So, for all of you who will be joining me in this live stream, welcome to my channel. And here we discuss everything related to English literature, and especially we are going to start our series for the preparation for UGC NET December 2026. And we'll mainly be looking at a lot of MCQs and PYQs, because if you have written this year's exam, you must have noticed that there's been a lot of PYQ questions that was asked. For this exam, it was easy to moderate paper. So that is why our strategy is going through as many questions as possible. Okay, so with that, we are going to start our Shakespeare quiz with the first question. In what year Shakespeare was born? Option A, 1564, option B, 1558, option C, 1559, option D, 1560. If you have joined me in the live, do let me know in what year Shakespeare was born. The answer is option A, 1564. Okay. Next question. Shakespeare was born in which town or city? Option A, Snitherfield. Option B, Oxford. Option C, Stratford upon Avon. Option D, London. All of these are basic questions on his biography. Where was Shakespeare born? The right answer is option C, Stratford upon Avon. Next question. Who called Shakespeare an upstart crow? Option A, Ben Jonson. Option B, Robert Greene. Option C, Dr. Johnson. Option D, John Lyly. Again, it's a very common question when it comes to Shakespeare. And this person is a this person is a university wit. So the right answer is option B, Robert Greene. He called Shakespeare an upstart crow, beautified with our feathers. So it's a sarcasm. He mocked Shakespeare because Shakespeare is not allegedly educated. While all the university wits, as their name says, they were scholars from Oxford and Cambridge, and that's why Robert Greene mocks Shakespeare here by calling him an upstart crow. Next question, in what year as Globe Theatre built? It's a mistake in the question. So the question is, when was Globe Theatre built? Option A, 1599, option B, 1608, option C, 1630, option D, 1594. In what year was the Globe Theatre built? Let me know your answer in the comment section. The right answer is option A, 1599. Next question. Shakespeare collaborated with which author on the play The Two Noble Kingsmen? Okay. Option A, Marlowe. Option B, Francis Beaumont. Option C, Thomas Middleton. Option D, John. It's a mistake in the option. Option D is John Fletcher. Okay, let me see if I can write it. Meanwhile, let me know, Shakespeare collaborated with which writer to write the play Two Noble Kinsmen? I hope it is clear. My handwriting is a bit writing with my finger. Okay, so let me know who collaborated with Shakespeare. Is it Marlowe? Is it Beaumont? Is it Middleton? Is it Fletcher? If I'm not wrong, this is a PYQ, or it has been a PYQ. It's a common question. The right answer is option D, John Fletcher. Next question. In which year did Shakespeare die? Option A 1616, option B 1642, option C 1599, option D 1623. So we know in which year Shakespeare was born. It was 1564. Now let me know in which year did he die? The right answer is option A 1616. Next question. In which year Shakespeare's first collected edition of plays called The First Folio was published? Okay, so that's the question. In which year was the first folio published? And this was a question that was asked in, if I remember correctly, it was 2024 and it was asked just a few days ago. In June 2026, this question was asked. The year where first folio was published. Option A 1599, option B 1623, option C 1616, option D 1685. This is a repeated question from Shakespeare, so do note this. Okay, it's a PYQ. The right answer is option B 1623. Next question. How many plays did Shakespeare write? Option A 25, option B 46, option C 37, option D 50. Another basic question from Shakespeare. So he wrote a total of 37 plays. Next question. What happened to the Globe Theatre in 1613? Option A, it burned down. Option B, it was open. Option C, it was closed. Option D, none of it happened. What happened to the Globe Theatre when it was built in 1599? Something happened to it in the year 1613. Let me know your answer. The right answer is option A. It burned down during the staging of the play Henry VIII and it was rebuilt. Next question. How is Sam Wanamaker connected with Shakespeare? Option A, destruction of Globe Theatre. Option B, he rebuilt the Globe Theatre. Option C, both. Option D. So just let me know, is it option A or B? What do you think? Sam Wanamaker, how is he connected with Shakespeare? The right answer is option B. It was a mission to rebuild the Globe Theatre. So overall, we have covered 10 questions from the 60 questions that we'll be doing. Okay. So if you are with me, do consider liking this video and subscribing our channel as well. And don't forget to keep commenting your answer in the comment section. Okay. Next question. How many words did Shakespeare actually invent? Option A, about 2000. Option B, about 10,000. Sorry, about 1000. Option C, about 6,000. Option D, about 3,000. This is not an easy question, I would say. Even I was a bit confused. So even if you don't know the answer, it is completely fine. Just let me know your guess, your best guess. How many words do you think Shakespeare actually invented? Because he invented or created a lot of words that we use even now, even in our Gen Z era. We use a lot of words that is actually coined by Shakespeare. I hope you have answered. So actually in the answer key, the answer given is option D, about 3,000. But when I did a Google search, it says that Shakespeare actually invented around 1,700 words that can be rounded off to 2,000. So that is my answer. Let me know. Next question. When did Shakespeare write his plays? It's a century that they are asking. Option A, 16th and 17th century. Option B, 15th and 16th century. Option C, 19th and 20th century. Option D, none. Again, an easy question. In which century was Shakespeare writing? The right answer is option A, 16th and 17th century. Next question. Venus and Adonis was written in the stanza of option A, 7 lines, option B, 6 lines, option C, 4 lines, option D, 8 lines. Venus and Adonis is a narrative poem by Shakespeare. He has not only written sonnets and drama, he has also written a few long poems, narrative poems, and Venus and Adonis is an important one. So each stanza had 6 lines each. So option B is our right answer. Next question. Which of the following play is not known to have been based on any existing literary and historical work? Option A, Cymbeline. Option B, Romeo and Juliet. Option C, Measure for Measure. Option D, The Tempest. So we know almost all of Shakespeare's play have one or the other sources. For example, Julius Caesar is taken from Plutarch's life. It's another question that will be coming to. But then, like I said, there are so many sources based on which Shakespeare has created his work. But there is one play or one or two plays that doesn't have any strong evidence of having a source. And that is what you have to find. The right answer is option D, The Tempest. So it is said that out of all his plays, works like Love's Labour's Lost and The Tempest, these are few works that doesn't have a solid source. They are said to have an original plot. So that is why it has come up as a question. Next question. The first notice of Shakespeare as a dramatist occurs in whose pamphlet? The pamphlet is named A Groat's Worth of Wit, published in 1592. Options are option A, Matthew Green, option B, Robert Green, option C, Richard, option D, Philip Sidney. So basically, someone in his pamphlet, Growthworth's Worth of Wit, published in 1592, takes note of Shakespeare as a dramatist, but it was not a compliment. Okay, this person who writes about Shakespeare actually mocks him, criticizes him, calls him an upstart crow. And we have already dealt with this question in our first few questions. It is Robert Greene. Next question. Who edited How to Do Things with Shakespeare? Okay, that's the work's name. New Approach, New Essay. This is the work, How to Do Things with Shakespeare. Who edited this work? Option A, Laurie Maguire. Option B, Terry Eagleton. Option C, Thomas Mann. Option D, Judith Butler. The right answer is option A, Laurie Maguire. Next question. How the Renaissance misused sources. The art of misquotation is written by which one of the following? Option A, Laurie Maguire. Option B, Tom Johnson. Option C, Julie Maxwell. Option D, Judith Butler. Again, an author question. Who wrote the work? How the Renaissance misused sources. The art of misquotation. Those who know the answer, comment down. And even if you don't know the answer, that is completely fine. This is how we learn. This is how we get familiar with unknown questions. Just give me your best option. Tell me your best guess in the comment section and I'll tell you whether you are right or wrong. The right answer is option C, Julie Maxwell. Next question. Again, an author work question. Watching as reading, the audience and written text in Shakespeare's Playhouse is an essay by option A, Julie Maxwell, option B, Judith Butler, option C, Laurie Maguire, option D, Tiffany Stern. Who wrote the essay Watching as Reading the Audience and Written Text in Shakespeare's Playhouse? I will admit, even I didn't know these questions and the answers, so it is new knowledge for me as well. So we are actually learning together. The right answer is option D, Tiffany Stern. Next question. Who is Sycorax in the play Tempest? Option A, goddess of Caliban. Option B, mother of Caliban. Option C, sister of Caliban. Option D, father of Caliban. It's an in-depth question from the play The Tempest. Who is Sycorax, the character? So if you know the summary of the play and the important characters, you would know Sycorax is the mother of Caliban. Next question. Cassius, Portia, Octavius are the characters in option A, Julius Caesar, option B, Hamlet, option C, King Lear, option D, Merchant of Venice. In which play can you see these characters? Cassius, Portia, Octavius. All of these are Roman names. So obviously it would be seen in a Roman play. And on our option, we have only one Roman play, Julius Caesar. Next question. So I hope you guys are with me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe our channel if interested, and definitely share your answers in the comment section. Let's move on. Most of Shakespeare's post 1599 plays were staged at option A, Swan Theatre, option B, the Red Lion, option C, the Globe, option D, the Fortune Playhouse. What do you think is the right answer? Yes, the answer is option C, the Globe. The Globe was built in 1599. Next question. What does Shylock demand that Antonio pledge as bond for the loan? Option A, his death. Option B, a pound of flesh. Option C, all his estate. Option D, Portia's hand in marriage. Again, it's a in-depth question from Merchant of Venice. So if you don't know the answer or the story, I will give you a basic idea. So there is Antonio and his friend Bassanio. For Bassanio, Antonio loans a certain amount of money from Shylock. He is a Jewish money lender. So Shylock wants to make a demand that if Antonio fails to repay that loan, what should he do? And that is the question. If Antonio fails to return the loan, what should he do according to Shylock? The answer is Antonio should give Shylock a pound of flesh from his own body. Next question. How do most critics describe Shylock? Option A, a bloodthirsty bogeyman. Option B, a clownish Jewish stereotype. Option C, a tragic figure. Option D, there is no consensus, meaning there is no single opinion. What do you think? We know Shylock is a Jewish moneylender, very cruel, seemingly cruel in the Merchant of Venice. What do you think most critics describe him as? Actually, the right answer is option D. There is no consensus because there is no single opinion. The character is very subjective. Our opinion on him is very subjective because personally, when I read the play, The Merchant of Venice, um, I felt that, you know, I felt that in some points he looked like the villain, definitely. When he was demanding for the pound of flesh and everything, he looked very villainous. But towards the end, when he was when he was forced to convert his religion as punishment and everything, it felt like he was being a victim. He was being a victim. So again, it's very subjective. Some critics taught him as a bloodthirsty man. Others felt like he was a stereotype. For some people else, he was a very tragic figure. He sometimes looked like a villain, sometimes like a victim. So there is no single decision, no single opinion, and that is why option D is our answer here. Next question, the composition of Shakespeare's major tragedies, Hamlet, Othello, King Lear, and Macbeth, were written during the period from option A 1600 to 1606, option B 1590 to 1600, option C 1580 to 1600, option D 1600 to 1610. Let me know your answer. The right answer is option A. Next question. A Shakespearean tragedy is essentially a tale of suffering and calamity conducting to death. Who states this? Option A, Edward Dolan. Option B, T.S. Eliot. Option C, A.C. Bradley. Option D, Matthew Arnold. It's a statement question. Who says this following statement? I'll give you a time to read the question, go through the option, and give me your answer or best guess. The right answer is option C, A.C. Bradley. Next question. The gravedigger scene in Hamlet is an example of option A, hamartia, option B, comic relief, option C, internal conflict, option D, external conflict. The right answer is option B, comic relief. Next question. Measure for Measure is an example of Shakespeare's option A, romantic comedy, option B, joyous comedy, option C, dramatic romance, option D, dark comedy. Measure for Measure is also an example for problem play, what they would call problem play. So it is not a romantic comedy. There's nothing romance in it. It's not a comedy. I mean, it is, but it's not something full of lightheartedness. So it's not joyous. It's not a romance. So that is option D. It's a dark comedy or problem play. Measure for Measure, All's Well That Ends Well, and Troilus and Cresside. These three plays are known as problem plays. I think I think a Winter's Tale or not Merry Wives of Windsor. A Winter's Tale, is it a problem play or not? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, that is your homework. Find out which are the problem plays of Shakespeare. I know two of them, Measure for Measure and All's Well That Ends Well, and I think Troilus and Cresside is also one I'm forgetting, and I'm also forgetting if Winter's Tale is included in this or not. So let me know. Do your research and let me know in the comment section, and let us learn together. Next question from 12th Night. Who is Orsino in love with at the beginning of the play? Option A, Olivia. Option B, Viola. Option C, Maria. Option D, Malvolio. It's an in-depth question from 12th Night. There's a duke called Orsino and he's in love with someone. And it is option A, Olivia. Next question, where does 12th Night take place? Option A, England. Option B, Illyria. Option C, Ruritania. Option D, Denmark. Setting. You have to know the setting of 12th Night. It is option B, Illyria. Orsino is the Duke of Illyria. Next question, what is 12th Night's alternate title? Option A, Illyrian Youth. Option B, What You Will. Option C, Shipwreck. Option D, Time and Again. What is the subtitle of 12th Night? It's a PYQ. It's been a PYQ. The right answer is option B, What You Will. So we have completed half of our mock test. We are going to continue. Don't forget to like if you are learning from this quiz. And we are moving along with As You Like It, A Merchant of Venice. 12th Night is referred as one of Shakespeare's so-called blank plays? Option A, island. Option B, holiday. Option C, Italian. Option D, transvestite. So, as you like it, Merchant of Venice, Twelfth Night. All of these come under what kind of play? The right answer is option D, transvestite. And transvestite actually means an older, outdated term for cross dressing. So, if you look at As You Like It, I think the heroine's name is Rosalind. Merchant of Venice, we have Portia. Twelfth Night, we have Viola. All these girls in respective plays disguises themselves or dress themselves as men for various purpose. So that's the element that is common in all these plays, the cross dressing, and that is why it is called transvestite. Okay. Next question: who is trying to court Olivia at the beginning of the play? The play is Twelfth Night. Option A, Sebastian Orsino. Option B, Cesario Orsino. Option C, Feste Cesario. Option D, Orsino Sir Andrew Aguchic. In 12th play, who is trying to court Olivia at the beginning of the play? It's an in-depth question. So do read the summary of the main comedies and tragedies. Be familiar with the characters and the basic summary, basic plot line of each play. For our question, the right answer is option D. These two men are trying to win the favor of Olivia. Next question: the Tempest is a play by William Shakespeare, probably written in option A 1610 to 1611, option B 1590 to 1591, option C 1600 to 1601, option D 1601 to 1602. When was the Tempest written? The right answer is option A 1610 to 1611. Next question: from which country is Alonso's ship returning when it is caught in the tempest? It's a question from the Tempest. Option A, Naples. Option B, England. Option C, Tunis. Option D, Bermudas. Alonso is the father of Ferdinand, the prince in the character in the play, and his ship was returning from Tunis when they were caught in a shipwreck and they come to the island where Prospero reigns with his daughter Miranda, and there is I don't want to say the entire story because I do want you to read up, because Tempest and all these Tempest is the last play of Shakespeare, by the way. But a lot of plays have to be read by you, especially if you're preparing for a competitive exam, because they ask a lot of in-depth question about the characters, about what happened in the plot, story, and everything. Next question: over how many days does the action of the Tempest take place? Option A 2, option B 1, option C 3, option D 4. Let me know if you have an idea of the Tempest, or if you haven't read already, that's completely fine. You have time. Do at least go through the summary of each play. And the right answer is option B 1. Okay, unity of action is happening here. Next question: what do we see Miranda and Ferdinand doing in the play's final scene? Option A, playing card. Option B, carrying wood. Option C, playing chess. Option D, playing tag. Another question from the Tempest, in-depth question. We have um, Prospero's daughter Miranda, Alonso's son Ferdinand, and they actually meet and fall in love. And what are they seen doing in the final scene? The final scene, they are seen playing chess. Option C is our answer. Next question: what shape does Ariel assume at the magical banquet in Act 3, Scene 3? Option A, harpy. Option B, eagle. Option C, sea nymph. Option D, hound. Ariel is the spirit that serves under Prospero. He's a sorcerer. So Ariel is a shapeshifter, and Ariel takes the form of option A, harpy, in this particular scene where a magical banquet is held. Next question, what does Prospero give as his reason for treating Caliban badly? Option A, Caliban tried to kill him. Option B, Caliban tried to steal his books. Option C, Caliban is merely a beast. Option D, Caliban attempted to rape Miranda. So Caliban is a native of that island. Prospero and Miranda comes to that island, occupies the island, and turns Caliban and his mother into the servants. And Ariel was initially under the servitude of Caliban's mother, but Prospero frees Ariel and takes him as his servant. And Caliban also, he mistreats Caliban very much. And why do you think that is? The right answer is option D. Next question, what does Caliban say is his chief profit from learning language? Option A, he knows how to curse. Option B, he can show Prospero the qualities of the isle. Option C, he can woo Miranda. Option D, he can sing with Trinculo and Stefano. So, as I said, Caliban is a native there. He didn't know anything, and Prospero takes him as a servant and teaches him the language. So, what does Caliban do with this language that he has learned? The right answer is option A. He knows how to curse. Next question. What is the final task Prospero orders Ariel to perform? Option A, to release Sycorax. Option B, to haul a load of wood. Option C, to give fleet calm seas on its return to Italy. Option D, to take charge of Caliban. What is the final task that Ariel does? The right answer is option C, because they are going back from the island, they are returning to Italy. So Prospero tells Ariel to make sure that there is no more shipwreck that will happen on the way over. Okay. Next question. And before that, do stay with me and let me know your answer in the comment section. Okay, let's move on. How does Antonio plan to respond to Shylock's insistence to collect his pound of flesh? Option A, with anger and violence. Option B, with begging. Option C, with reasoning. Option D, with quietness of spirit. Again, we are coming back to Merchant of Venice. Here, Antonio, as you all know, Antonio mm, takes a loan from Shylock, the moneylender, and now he's not able to repay the loan because his ships were assumed to be destroyed. So Shylock is insisting that Antonio give him a pound of flesh from his body. And Antonio plans to respond with quietness of spirit. Option D is our answer. Next question, what does Bassanio offer Shylock to persuade him to forfeit his bond? Option A, 6,000 ducat. Option B, 3,000 ducat. Option C, nothing. Option D, Portia's ring. So Antonio takes the loan from on the behalf of Bassanio from Shylock. Now that Shylock is insisting on the repay of the loan, Antonio is not able to pay him back because his ship was destroyed. Now Bassanio is saying, instead of the flesh, let me give you some money. And how much money is he offering? So that um, Shylock would forgive Antonio, and that pound of flesh deal would be forgotten. The right answer is option A, 6,000 ducat. But still, Shylock rejects the offer. He wants Antonio's flesh. This instance where we feel like Shylock is the ultimate villain. Next question. What does Shylock do in anticipation of the judgment? Option A, buy some spice. Option B, whets his knife. Option C, writes an apology. Option D, look out the window. So basically, when Shylock understands that Antonio won't be able to repay his loan with money, what does he do? He actually whets his knife because he actually wants Antonio to give him that pound of flesh. And that's much hatred there is between the two of them. Next question. What is the name given to the person who comes to judge Antonio's trial? Option A, Lorenzo. Option B, Salarino. Option C, Balthasar. Option D, Dr. Bellario. So that's the plot twist here. Bassanio's lover, Portia, she comes here dressed as a man. And it is she, in the disguise of this judge, who conducts Antonio's trial. So, what is the name of this cross dresser that Portia actually takes on the appearance of a judge? What is the name of that judge? The right answer is Balthasar. Next question. Who or what is Bassanio referring to in the following line? Though pale and common drudge, tween man and man. Option A, Shylock. Option B, the golden casket. Option C, the silver casket. Option D, Portia. This is actually the another sub story that happens in the play, The Merchant of Venice. The right answer is option C, the silver casket. So this is the sub story between Bassanio and Portia, how they become lovers. Portia's father takes this test. Okay, in order for someone to win Portia in marriage, if they want to marry Portia, they should do a test. And what is this test? There are three caskets: one of gold, one of silver, one of wood or lead. I forgot. I think it's wood. So, whoever wants to marry Portia should come to the house, choose a casket, and if from that casket they get a picture of Portia, that means they have the right to marry her. They can marry her, okay? That's the test. And so far, everyone has failed because they thought the golden casket or the silver casket is the right answer. Bassanio comes and he chooses the wooden casket. And from there, he gets the picture of Portia and he wins the test and they become betrothed. They are going to be married. So that's another story that happens within the Merchant of Venice. You will understand the full picture if you read the entire play. So that is what I would definitely encourage you to do. At least go through the summary of the play. Okay. So here, this particular annotation is for the silver casket. Next question. What does Portia, disguised as a lawyer, say that Shylock must not do when he cuts the pound of flesh from Antonio's body? Option A, hurt him in any way. Option B, leave a single mark. Option C, make any noise. Option D, spill a drop of blood. This is where the plot twist happens in that play. So Portia comes to help Bassanio and Antonio, disguised as a lawyer named Balthasar. And she says that Shylock did say that Antonio should give him a pound of flesh if he fails to repay the loan. Antonio agreed to it. That is all well and good. But if Shylock only demanded flesh, he did not demand blood. So if Shylock can cut a piece of flesh without spilling any blood, then he has every right to what do so. So that is our answer. If Shylock will not spill a single drop of blood, he can do so. And that is not possible. You cannot cut something without the blood spilling. And that is the loophole that Portia found, and that is how Antonio was saved and Shylock was punished. Next question. Shylock dislikes Antonio intensely because Antonio never repays his loan. Option B, pretends he is friend, then swindles you. Option C, publicly condemns Shylock for charging excessive interest. Option D, refuses to haggle. So we know there is some enmity between Shylock and Antonio. Why do you think that is? The answer is option C. He called out Shylock for his excessive charge on his loan. And that is why Shylock is hating on Antonio. Next question. What does Portia want as a remembrance? Option A, 3000 ducat. Option B, a ring. Option C, half of Shylock wealth. Option D, one of Antonio's ship. So Portia saves Antonio, as I said before. and she wants something in return. And this is Balthasar. She's disguised as Balthasar. So no one, not even Bassanio, is able to recognize her. Okay. So she demands something from Bassanio as a thank you. And the right answer is a ring. She, as Balthasar, demands a ring. And this is a ring that Portia has given Bassanio as a token of love. And that is what she's demanding. And I won't tell you what happened between that because I really want you to read this play. You read and you find out what happened. Did Bassanio give the ring? Will he find out it is his lover that came disguised as a lawyer? Okay, read and find out. Next question. When Antonio borrows the money on behalf of Bassanio from Shylock, what are the moneylender's term? Option A, a pound of Bassanio's flesh for every day the repayment is late. That is wrong. It's not Bassanio's flesh that Shylock wants. Option B, an exorbitant rate of interest. Option C, no interest, but Antonio's daughter's hand in marriage if the repayment is late. Option D, no interest, but a pound of Antonio's flesh if repayment is late. We have already discussed the story, so that is why option D is our answer. Who says the following? By yonder moon, I swear you do me wrong. Option A, Antonio. Option B, Bassanio. Option C, Graciano. Option D, Portia. Annotation from Merchant of Venice. Right answer is Graciano. It's another character from the play. So 50 questions done, 10 more to go. Next question. The main internal conflict in the Roman Empire at the time of Julius Caesar was between which two groups? Okay, we have jumped from Merchant of Venice to Julius Caesar. Option A, emperor and governor. Option B, nobility and citizen. Option C, military leader and senator. Option D, slaves and slave owner. In Julius Caesar, what was the main conflict between? Sorry, there was a conflict. It was between which two group? It is between military leaders and senators. Next question. Shakespeare seems to have based his play on a biography of Julius Caesar provided by which ancient historian? Option A, Plutarch. Option B, Pliny. Option C, Tacitus. Option D, Livy. So Julius Caesar is based on which work? By which writer? It's actually Plutarch. Plutarch's life. Next question. Why does Cassius leave before Brutus begin addressing the crowd in the forum? Option A, he feels guilty. Option B, he is speaking elsewhere. Option C, he is angry. Option D, he hates crowd. So as you all know, Brutus and Cassius and several other senators, they murder Caesar. And afterwards, they are trying to gaslight everyone, saying that they actually committed the murder because Caesar was ambitious. So they were actually doing the people a favor. And they were trying to, like I said, gaslight people. And that is why Cassius left before Brutus was making his speech so that he can speak elsewhere and manipulate some other people in some other corner of the place. Next question. How did Caesar fill the Romans' coffer according to Antony's eulogy? Option A, collecting ransom. Option B, taxing the wealthy. Option C, personal contribution. Option D, pillaging. Antony gives a speech, the very famous speech that we starts with friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ear. So in his, he compliments Caesar a lot, he praises Caesar a lot. And what does Caesar do for Rome? He actually fills the Rome's treasure with collecting ransom. He fills it with money. And he wants to give that money to each citizen of the Rome. So then how can you call him ambitious? That is Antony's question. Next question. Where does Octavius go when he returns to Rome after Antony's eulogy? Option A, the Senate. Option B, the Forum. Option C, Antony's house. Option D, Caesar's house. So Octavius is another character, the heir of Julius Caesar. He's not his son. As I understand, it's a adopted son. And after Julius Caesar, Octavius becomes the next ruler. and he comes after Julius is murdered. So where does he go? He goes to Antony's house because it is after this the Battle of Philippi happens and Octavius, Antony, Lepidus. They become the next triumvirate. Next question. In his eulogy, Antony continuously refers to who and who as honorable men. Option A, past Roman leaders. Option B, Brutus and Casca. Option C, Brutus and Cassius. Option E, Caesar and Octavius. It's a sarcasm. He didn't really mean honorable men. He calls Brutus and Cassius as honorable men, and it is sarcastically. They call themselves honorable men and they do the most ironical things. Next question. When Caesar and his group arrive at the Senate, who is worried that the assassination has been discovered? Option A, Casca. Option B, Brutus. Option C, Trebonius. Option D, Cassius. So before the murder actually happened, someone was actually afraid. Like, what would happen if Caesar comes to know of the plan beforehand? So who was the worrisome man? It was Cassius. He is the main, what I say, the brain, the one who planned everything, the one who manipulated Brutus, everything. And he was also worried, like if they were discovered before the murder. It didn't matter because even after the Battle of Philippi, all of them died. All the murderers, they died in that war. So Cassius is a main villain. Okay. Next question: who is the first to stab Caesar? If I'm in a PYQ before. In-depth question from Julius Caesar. Option A, Decius. Option B, Ligarius. Option C, Casca. Option D, Cinna. We don't have Cassius or Brutus as option because it is actually um, Casca who does the deed, who stabs Caesar first. Next question. Brutus tell Antony was full of what after killing Caesar? Option A, joy. Pain. Option C, pity. Option D, empathy. So after Caesar's murder, Mark Antony comes to view the body and they try to get Antony into their group as well. Antony didn't commit the crime, but they wanted Antony in their side. So they try to gaslight him as well by saying that they didn't actually commit the crime out of anger or revenge. They actually did it because their heart was full of pity. Pity that Caesar was ambitious. Caesar was turning into a dictator. That's why they did it. Okay, that's the reason they give Antony. Next question. Once he is alone with Caesar's body, how say he treated his murderers? Option A, ruthlessly. Option B, gently. Option C, sympathetically. Option D, jealously. So while they tried to manipulate Antony, he didn't really give in. He didn't believe them. And he asked for some time alone with the body. And he says that he treated the murderer, that is Brutus and company, with gentleness. He actually played along with them. They thought he is with them. That is why they gave him a chance to speak. But after Brutus said some things and swayed the crowd, Antony comes in with his famous speech in the play, and he successfully turns the crowd against Brutus and company. And that is how the Battle of Philippi happened. And all the murderers were killed, and Antony, Octavius, and Lepidus becomes the new triumvirate. Octavius becomes the ruler. So that's how the entire plays conclude. And with that, our mock test also conclude. We have actually done 60 questions, 60 questions from Shakespeare, completely miscellaneous, and I hope this was good. So you guys have only 3 things to do. First of all, like the video if this mock test was helpful. Second thing, go and subscribe the channel if you want to see more such MCQs and similar content. And the third thing is, let me know in the comment section if I should do more MCQs like this. We can do different kind of mock test on various work and writers, and practicing as many questions as possible would definitely help you in any competitive exam, not just UGC NET. Okay, so that's a number one study tip that I can give you. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being with me so patiently. And I will see you in my next with another mock test.